Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here with Ross Benjamin, SBR contributor, and today we're going to be giving you a quick pitching report on a couple of games, starting with the St. Louis Cardinals and the Miami Marlins. Now, Ross, the Cardinals called on Shelby Miller, and I saw that in your article. You mentioned that he's been a bit inconsistent this season. Could you explain that a bit for us?
Well, he's gone 10-12 against the money this season with an unimpressive 4.04 ERA. I mean, consider the fact that this guy had a terrific 2013, which was his first full season in the majors, when he went 15-9 with a 3.06 ERA. So a lot was expected of him coming into the season, Dex, and he hasn't really performed up to standards his whole body of work considered. Now, he has displayed very good form, though, over his last three starts, posting a 2.41 ERA, an excellent 0.59 whip, while striking out 12 and walking just one. He's also seen his last 8 starts on the road all go under the total when he's facing a team with a losing record.
All right, and how about Tom Kohler for the Marlins? How's he been stacking up, and how's he going to stack up potentially against the dangerous Cardinals lineup?
I'm not so sure how he'll stack up against the Cardinals, but I do know he's pitched very well at home this season. He's compiled a stellar 2.45 ERA and 0.96 whip in 10 starts at Marlins Park this season. He's been especially tough in his last 3 home starts, posting a superb 0.90 ERA, and all 3 of those contests went under the total.
All right, so from what I'm getting here, you must be leaning towards that Marlins hurler, or am I wrong?
Well, you're on the right track. The one time that Shelby Miller faced the Marlins this season, he allowed 3 earned runs and 9 hits in 5 1/3 innings of work. Far from impressive. He'll be facing a Miami team that hits much better at home than they do on the road. Kohler, as I alluded to earlier, has been rock solid at home all season. I'm going to give a slight edge here to Tom Kohler of the Marlins over Shelby Miller of the Cardinals.
All right, now let's take a quick look at that Brewers and the Cubs game. Now, for Milwaukee, they're going to be calling up on Yovani Gallardo. Now, you had some interesting stuff to say about this fella. Some were good things and some were bad things. But what were the key points that we should be taking account before we make our bets in this case?
Well, he's gone a dismal 1-7 against the money in his last 8 starts, but he's not pitched badly in those 8 outings. His 3.45 ERA is far from a bad ERA, and he's definitely deserved a much better fate. He does enter tonight in stellar form over his last 3 starts, as evidenced by his 1.39 ERA in those outings, and he's also gone a perfect 4-0 against the money in his last 4 starts at Wrigley Field in Chicago with a terrific 2.10 ERA.
Now, the Cubbies, they're going to be calling up on Jake Arrieta, who coincidentally is coming off one of his worst outings of the season in his last start. Now, do you think this is going to affect him psychologically, in his confidence base, and how is it going to affect his future results as well?
Well, that's a good question. That start did come at Coors Field in Colorado, so I'm willing to give him a pass as a result of that. There's been a lot of pitchers with a much more established resume than Arrieta that have struggled at Coors Field in similar starts. Now, he's been nothing short of fantastic at Wrigley Field this season, going 5-2 against the money with a very good 1.88 ERA, a 0.92 whip, and an almost 4-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. This guy has turned into the ace of the Cubs staff. In his 3 career starts against Milwaukee, which all came since 2013, all 3 of those starts went under the total, while he posted a 3.00 ERA in those outings.
All right, my man. I'm pretty clueless right now. I have no idea who you're giving the lean to in this case. Please illustrate us.
See how smart I am, Dex? I consider this pitching matchup to be dead even. With all things considered in this exact situation, my MLB wagering lean here is going to go toward this game going under the total and being a low-scoring affair.
All right, I appreciate that, my man. Again, thank you very much for your insight, and I'll talk with you tomorrow.
I look forward to it, Dax.
And for SportsbookReview.com, this is Dax Floyd.